Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera where it needs to be, and it slowly is moving on me. It's just slowly turning. Okay. I'm already shaking a little bit. And it's because what I have, if you harm a child and I hear about it, this is why I'll do everything I can to ruin your life. I want to say first that the reason why I haven't brought this up sooner, I haven't talked to people about it, people don't know this, is because the work that we do through our organizations, it's not about us. It's about our community. It's about, here's what's going on with this person that was told they can't fly their flag. So we show up and try to help, try to rectify the problem. Here's a family that needs help, for a couple months until benefits kick in for a Marine family. Rallying and protesting, and so it's not been about us. So, and I apologize, guys. This isn't something. This may not be the best video, just because this is not easy to talk about. But with what happened yesterday, the bus driver that harmed the children in Whitehall, I take very personally because of my own personal experience. And so that's why I champion the cause. These causes, of course, you don't harm children and old people. That's not what you do. Everybody's going to think you're evil because you are. But the reason I was so passionate on Live Truth Radio yesterday, and I lost my cool, the reason why I have no problem posting the personal information of the people that do these things, if any of you think I'm overstepping a bounds or whatnot, is because when I was 2 years old, living on the west side of Columbus, there was a man that was dating my mom. His name is Jeffery Levingston. Last I heard, he lives in Grove City, Ohio with his dad. He hurt me when I was 2 years old, and the skin on the back of my leg is still, it looks ruffled. It looks like it's got just ruffles. And I honestly don't know a lot about it. My family didn't talk to me about it, other than I knew something happened when I was 2 years old. But I really don't know much. I know that I was in shock and I couldn't speak for a while. They had to teach me how to talk again. They had to teach me how to walk again. They were smart and they used water therapy. Even though when he hurt me, I guess I had bruises to my face, to my nose. He put me... I apologize. I'm actually kind of unclear as to what he did to me. I don't actually know. I don't even know what hospital I was treated in here in Columbus. He burnt me with he took the plastic casing off of a hairdryer and then got the metal coils red hot, and he was branding my leg, the skin on my legs, and then realized he was going to get in trouble for it, put the casing back on, and took a bowl of boiling hot water and threw it in my lap so that it would get rid of all the abuse that he had done to me. So when I was a kid in school, I didn't get my school pictures taken because I didn't want him to know what I looked like. You know, I did a couple of times. I was kind of forced into it, but once it was my choice, I didn't get the picture taken anymore. Um, he tried to get me out of school, out of Chapel Field Elementary in Gahanna, Ohio. Uh, After he, I guess there was a manhunt for him for a little bit. He ran and then they found him. I don't know how much prison time he did. I don't know. I have no idea. I know when he got out because that happened when I was 2. So when I was in school in kindergarten, he tried to get me out. He tried to check me out and pretend that he was my dad or something. And so my mom showed up, I think, and chased him away with a shotgun. And I don't know if that's true either. I really don't. I know she chased him away, and then, you know, I've heard different stories. So he tried to get me again. He's a child predator. His name's Jeffery Levingston. And because of how I've lived my life, knowing that this happened to me, and I made the choices to not get my picture taken, I raised my daughter the way that I do, very specifically with that knowledge in the forefront of my head that he may still be paying attention to my life. And if so, he may try to come after my daughter. I don't know. And I don't know much about him. I know that he was short. I think maybe he was listed as an epileptic. I don't know. Maybe that was, he lied. I don't know. He was living off of women. He would get a girlfriend and then like drive her car and stuff. So he was, I guess, really hard to find. That's why this cause was never about me. That's why I didn't tell the story. But I lost my cool on Live Truth Radio yesterday, and that may have seemed maybe a little disproportionate to people. And I respect my position of being the spokesperson for organizations that are trying to do well in the community. When I lose my cool, I realize 2 things. I'm speaking like us, like Americans, normal everyday Americans. You know, that's how a lot of us speak with our family and our friends in our own living rooms. But because I represent these different groups, I try to not use profanity as much as possible. And I try to give these groups the respect and dignity that they deserve. So that's the reason. That's why I lost my cool. That's why if you harm a child and I hear about it, I'm going to take every bit of my resources from Anonymous and everybody else. We're going to find your private information and we're going to post it for God and everybody to see. You don't deserve to walk amongst the rest of us. Not this Friday, but next Friday is the court hearing in Franklin County for Christopher Lustinsky. I haven't pronounced that right yet, but we would like to see a lot of people there in the community. He was never arrested, and he was only charged with misdemeanors. And he threw a child against a window where you could hear the thud on the bus tape, the surveillance camera on the bus. So, and this guy's walking free, you know. We want him arrested and in jail. He shouldn't be walking amongst the rest of us. We need to make sure that our court system understands this isn't protecting us. You know, the charges need to become felonies. The prosecutor needs to reinvestigate this case. This person should not be allowed around children. So then we get a hold of local media. We get a hold of Live Truth Radio. We get a hold of all of our different sources. We start networking the information. And you would think that this guy's already the worst of the worst, right? Because of what he did. It's so much worse than that now. You know, we have people coming out because we took his picture and his information and just blew it up all over the web yesterday, and are still doing so. Thank you very much to everyone. People are saying, hey, my mom used to date that guy, and when I was a kid, he used to beat me, and I've got pictures that my grandma took of her. Now she's an adult, because this was so long ago. This guy we've got people that were saying he was my landlord, and when he knew that I was home alone, he would try to show up constantly to change the filter. It got to the point where I just couldn't even answer the door. Said he was a real creep, that he's a chauvinist, but wouldn't be that way around her husband. Crazy stuff. This guy is the worst of the worst of the worst. And yeah, that's why this meant a lot to me and means a lot to me. And it explains why I really lost my cool on Live Truth Radio yesterday, and I'm not going to apologize for it. All I'm saying is that's why. And I understand and respect my position of representing different organizations. I don't think any of them would disagree with me. And if you do, I apologize, guys. I will apologize for that. Coming from my experience, growing up, having the knowledge that I did, and it changing my life and altering my life as a father as well. I'm very touchy about my kid, because of this. I pay close attention to who she is and who she's around, and we talk to the teachers and we engage with the faculty, and I'm honored to be her dad, and I know it, and I take it very seriously. And knowing that Jeffery Levingston is still out there, and he's not on a sex offender registry or predator registry, because this all happened before any of those laws were passed. So he's still been dating women and probably abusing their children. And I never announced it before. I was really conflicted, just because this isn't a personal crusade. You don't take something that doesn't belong to you and use it for your own means. This has never been about, any single one of us, but now with this situation, it's just, I lost my cool, and but that's why. And we need to protect our community. Any person that harms a child, make no mistake, you will have me to deal with. You will have me and my people to deal with. We will ruin you. We will ruin your life as you deserve. You harm children, you just became our target. And we will exhaust resources to make sure everybody knows your name and face. And we won't stop. I want to thank everybody for listening and helping us and helping these families that have these children that have been harmed by this man. You can barely call him a man. As far as everybody's concerned, he's evil personified. He wants to. I guess he's just been his name is Christopher Litostansky, Litostansky, 1031 Bernard Road, Columbus, Ohio. It's all public information now anyway. 43227. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Date of birth is 5/27/1996. Looks like a driver's license number is Ohio-RH386462. His home phone number that's on file is area code 614-325-63 10. Let him and Jeffery Levingston both be examples of what we will do to any single one of you that decide to harm a child. Make no mistake, this is exactly what we'll do to all of you, and we'll do it every single time, and we won't stop. So on behalf of myself today, that's why I do what I do. That's part of the reason why I'm so passionate about someone harming a child. Questions, concerns, comments, you know where to leave them. Thank you, everybody.